Hello and welcome back to the Bright Light Wellness YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me and being here with me today. Today, I want to talk all about mitochondrial health because honestly, having thriving mitochondria is the key to optimal health and healing. So I'm going to give you my mitochondria do's and don'ts. And honestly, if you do these things, you are going to improve your health dramatically. So I just want to remind you that mitochondrial dysfunction is at the root cause of every single chronic disease. If you have chronic symptoms or inflammation, you have mitochondrial dysfunction. So if any symptoms, chronic anxiety, depression, uh, GERD, gut issues, heartburn, inflammation, joint pain, like whatever, you have mitochondrial dysfunction, okay? The mitochondria is how your body actually makes and has enough cellular energy to produce things like hormones and cellular hydration and cellular repair, and basically to run all of your bodily processes. Without functioning mitochondria, your health declines. And this is true. You're going to have what we call heteroplasmy rate, which means that your mitochondria are going to diminish as you get older. And this is why it's so important to take care of them. Okay. It doesn't mean that that has to be. It means that we can do the things to slow our aging and improve on longevity by improving our mitochondria health. The thing is, mitochondria are actually environmental sensors, so they have the ability to turn gene expression on and off. This means the environment we are in actually plays a major role in the function of our precious mitochondria. So if we change our environment to support our mitochondria, you can change your life, including your gene expression. This is exactly what I do with my clients, by the way, by optimizing lifestyle and environmental factors to support the function of the mitochondria. We are really going down to a cellular level, and it's not a band-aid approach like a supplement protocol or a diet protocol. Like this is, we are getting to the subatomic level and really healing your body. You can also add in homeopathy to support cellular function, and honestly, you can't lose. Like I think that what I offer is a can't lose strategy, honestly, because between giving your body the right signals and inputs and the right environment to heal and increasing your immune system and supporting your health and the health of your mitochondria, truly too. I have a video on how homeopathy supports mitochondria health, so go check that out. You are really improving everything, okay? So let's just go over like the mitochondria do's and don'ts. You're going to learn a lot in this video today, so I'm super excited to share with you. So here are my mitochondria do's. What does your mitochondria love? Your mitochondria loves sunlight, actually. You can have all these people tell you how sunlight is bad for you. That is a false information, and it's caused detriment to the health of our population. Okay. Okay, I won't go there. See, sometimes I'm trying to think if I should say something, but I can't. So you need to take my webinars or my courses or subscribe to my email list for me to say things that I cannot say sometimes. Anyway, but sunlight is imperative for health. Get my Get Your Light Right ebook. I will teach you all the ins and outs about sunlight, why it's been suppressed, heliotherapy, how it's helpful to our body, and why we need it and why it's so imperative for our health and our healing. So, but the mitochondria love sunlight. They actually make more energy when from the photoelectric effect, just by being outside in sunlight, you actually make more energy. They love infrared light a lot. Infrared light actually stimulates what we call subcellular melatonin, expands the exclusion zone water. So the far infrared helps the mitochondria. That light stimulus helps the mitochondria actually expand the exclusion zone water, which is really important. Learn more about that in any of my courses. Basically, the Rebalance Your Rhythm course really goes into it, but also I have it on my this YouTube channel. Go back and listen to these easy water videos. And also infrared light helps the mitochondria make subcellular melatonin, which helps the body heal and repair literally all day long. They love UV light actually as well. Gives them a lot of energy. I mean, your body actually makes light in a lot of different ways. Like, well, we'll get there. But it loves sunlight, infrared light, UV light. Mitochondria love all that. It's going to support their health, thus supporting your health. Okay. They love earthing. They love when you connect to your environment, connect to the earth surfaces. It helps them get more cellular energy, cellular repair. It increases zeta potential, balances the nervous system, supports getting you into the parasympathetic. I mean, it supports your cortisol levels, your hormone levels, your HRV. Like, the mitochondria love that, and it's so supportive to your health. They love structured, clean water, so they don't like toxins, right? So you want to get the toxins out. You want to give them minerals, right? That's also important in your water. I don't love mineral like supplements. I like cell salts. I have a cell salts course. I like drinking spring water, which has natural supplements, or drinking herbal teas. I drink stinging nettles every day. That's a great way to get mineralized water. But there are other herbal teas you can do as well. Um, but they like structured water as well. I have the MEA water device, which is linked in my free product guide, which actually helps restructure the water by vortexing it, by giving a permanent net negative charge. I don't know if this video will be out yet, but I have an interview with the creator of the MEA water vortexing structuring device, which is Robert Goulet. And that interview will be out on my podcast, the Quantum Health Connection podcast. If you want to learn more about that, check that out. But also, it very well could be on this YouTube channel. I just don't know when those things are going to come out, when they'll correlate. I'm not that planned ahead. They love optimal circadian rhythms, so learning how to get your circadian rhythms on point. I teach at length about that constantly. Circadian rhythm disruption destroys your mitochondria, so you want to have that intact. My Get Your Light Right ebook will help you. My Thriving Winter webinar will help you. My Rebalance Your Rhythms course will help you. Of course, my one-on-one coaching would help you. They love daily movement outside in nature. That you have to move. Your body needs to move. You actually make energy when you move through the piezoelectric effect. So they love movement. That helps them have more energy. They love real, local, seasonal, ancestral foods. They love healthy fats. Fats are very good for the mitochondria. In the electron transport chain, it takes less energy because of where they enter in the electron transport chain. See, carbohydrates enter at step 1, and fats enter at step 2 in the electron transport chain. So it's more efficient. They efficiently make more energy more fast and more quickly from fats. So they love healthy fats. If you're not sure about how to implement they don't like, well, we'll get to what they don't like, but they like real, seasonal, local, ancestral foods and healthy fats. You can learn all about that on my Ancestrally and Seasonally Nourished Recipe ebook and webinar. It's a 2-hour webinar teaching you how to implement an ancestral, seasonal, local diet and tons of recipes. Probably somewhere around 130 recipes right now, which I'm always adding more to, that are seasonal, local, and healthy for you. They love circadian aligned fasting, I will say. So it doesn't mean to be like fasting. I actually have a video on my podcast and probably on this YouTube channel called Fasting Do's and Don'ts. Fasting can be overdone and then it gets a bad rap, but circadian friendly fasting can be very beneficial, and like knowing when to fast and why to fast and how to make that happen is a lot of nuanced conversation depending on you and your metabolism and where you're at and your leptin. There are questions I would have, but if most people can do what's called an intermittent fasting, and if you're doing it in the correct timing, like you're putting your feeding window in the daytime and during the daylight hours, okay, and you're giving your gut a rest at night and you're repairing while you're sleeping, that's what you're meant to do, actually. Like in the winter time, nobody was eating, at 9 o'clock at night ancestrally. Like it just didn't happen. And remember, our mitochondria have evolved with the same inputs through millennia, from all the way back when. So those pathways are still ingrained in them, if that makes sense. Okay, so fasting can be very supportive to the mitochondria. Homeopathy supports mitochondria health greatly. In fact, I have a video on it on this channel about how homeopathy supports mitochondria health. But what it's doing is it's actually shifting the electrons to and the exclusion zone water to work better, because you're going to get your mitochondria working better, but you are shifting your electrons to get back to spinning appropriately, working appropriately. That's the scientific study, but it's way deeper than that. It works at a spiritual vital force levels, strengthen the immune system. It's going to help you remove things that are no longer serving you. It's a gentle detox for a lot of people in a lot of ways. It's a beautiful modality. It strengthens you at a core level. Cold therapy, and mitochondria loves cold therapy. Again, this is a nuanced conversation. I've been meaning to do a YouTube video or a podcast on this because you can overdo it. You can do it incorrectly. You could not be ready. Like you have to know and listen to your body. Like I would never suggest that a woman does cold therapy every day for an hour. Like, that's stupid. It's, you have to know the nuanced conversation of how to make this right for you. But mitochondria love cold therapy. It actually shrinks the spaces between the respiratory proteins. So the electrons have to tunnel from one respiratory protein to the next. So they jump or move. The electrons are moving from this is in the mitochondria, by the way, when I say that. They're moving from one respiratory protein to the next. And if the spaces are too far apart, they don't make it all the way across. They fall off. This becomes a free radical, right? Or an unpaired electron. So basically what needs to happen is when the electrons, move closer together, they can effectively tunnel better, right? So the mitochondria love that. Actually, cold therapy helps your body make more infrared and UV light as well within the cells. That's really helpful for your body. And they love healthy relationships and connection. They love that too. Mitochondria love you to have healthy relationships and connection. So these are all the things you need to be healthy. Now, let's talk about what mitochondria don'ts, or they do not like. They do not like poor circadian rhythms. So this, if you are living out of alignment with your circadian rhythms, you are, not honoring the light and dark cycles. They don't like that. All right. They're not going to work and, function as well if you are not living in correct alignment with nature. They do not like non-native electromagnetic frequencies or non-native EMFs. So if you are not mitigating that situation, these are alien frequencies. They cause a lot of cellular damage, especially to our cellular hydration. They literally diminish exclusion zone water by 15 to 20%. That's really important because without exclusion zone water, you don't have the healthy barrier and battery, which is your net negative charge. So that's your barrier around your cells, and your battery, which recharges your cells. So we don't want to be diminishing that. But besides that, they're just the frequencies that come in are confusing to your biology. Okay, they don't like lack of infrared or lack of sunlight. So when you don't have enough of those sunlight inputs and the infrared inputs, they're not as healthy. So again, this is what they need, right? So they don't like lack of it. They don't like lack of connection to nature and the earth surfaces. They want you to be outside, connected with the earth. They don't like artificial light, especially without infrared light, because infrared light will balance blue. Red is the antidote to blue. And infrared light is void in our indoor environment because modern glass blocks it. Our light bulbs are now void of it due to, the ban of incandescent bulbs. So we are basically living in a blue light toxic indoor environment most of the time, and we're lacking the healing frequencies of infrared, which the body loves. But by the way, the body loves red light therapy, which is mitochondria love red light therapy, but they prefer red light therapy from the sun. The sun is always 50% red light therapy. An artificial device can never reproduce what nature provides. Okay. They don't like environmental toxins. So glyphosate is a mitochondrial poison. Fluoride is a mitochondrial poison. Of course, things like heavy metals and processed and packaged foods, all of those things are, not good for our body. Any kind of environmental toxins, we'll just say. These are not good for our mitochondria. They damage them. Okay. Pharmaceutical drugs, these also damage our mitochondria as well. What's actually mean anti-life, and they kill mitochondria. But other things like jabs, birth control, steroids, all of these things are also damaging that as well. Okay. They don't like poor meal timing. So they don't like you to eat all the time because they're just constantly having to overwork. And they don't want you to eat at the wrong times of the day because then they're not like, everything is about timing in the body. There are certain times when your body's meant to do certain things. So learning about that is crucial. They don't like processed and packaged foods. Okay. Mitochondria don't like deuterium. I have a video on deuterium as well. Check that one out. But they don't like deuterium. Okay. Deuterium is a heavy hydrogen. That hydrogen carries electrons. Food is electrons. So when this heavy hydrogen deuterium gets inside of the electron transport chain, what it does is it's 2 times larger and heavier and denser, and it slows down the electron transport chain. So it slows down the mitochondria, and it actually jams up the ATPase. So you make less exclusion zone water, which happens at step 4, and then you get less ATP production, which is the last byproduct of the the electron transport chain. That's the byproduct. That's the end result is ATP. So if you have too much deuterium, which comes from processed and packaged foods and carbohydrates out of season, um, and tap water as well, and some other things. But if you're eating too much of that, you're going to be eating too much deuterium, and that's not going to be on a food label, by the way. It's a form of hydrogen. You're going to be eating too much of that, and it's going to then jam up the electron transport chain. Deuterium is depleted in sunlight. Again, why mitochondria love sunlight so much, because you're actually depleting that deuterium. And this is why you can eat food, say you can eat that mango, in an equatorial region, which is high in deuterium because it has a strong UV light code in it. But then you can also deplete it in sunlight because you're going to be sweating, which is one way we remove deuterium, by being out in sunlight and sweating, right? All right, they don't like toxic thoughts and negative attitudes or poor relationships. So let's go. Toxic thoughts and negative attitudes. Your thoughts actually imprint on your exclusion zone water, which is, you are 99% water molecule, basically. And you're the exclusion zone water literally attaches to every biological surface in your body. So it attaches to or hydrolyphic, not hydrophobic. That's not it. Hydrolyphic. Anyway, water loving surfaces. This is arteries. This is fascia. This is cells. Like, it's literally everywhere. Cerebral spinal fluid. This exclusion zone water is like our quantum communication superhighway. So the fascia, it really happens mostly through the fascia, but really everywhere. The fascia connects muscles, tissues, cells, organs, right? And it's like sending messages and signals for everywhere. Now, your toxic thoughts and your negative attitude, water has the ability to hold energy, frequency, vibration. Okay, that's how homeopathy actually works. Okay, that's a whole nother video, but that's how homeopathy works, because it holds the energy and information in the water. So, same thing when you're selling yourself negative thoughts and despair and all the things, this is imprinting on that special water inside of your body and carrying messages, quantumly communicating. Its communication center is sending that message and frequency all throughout the body, and the body holds the energy and frequency. That's why that's how trauma is stored in the body. So these negative thoughts, these negative attitudes, it's not helping you, okay? And they actually produce what we call a positive charge in the body, or like a battery of positive and negative. So they produce a positive charge in the body, which is not good for our cellular health. And positive emotions like hope and love produce a negative charge in the body, which is exactly what our body needs. The body runs on a net negative charge. Okay, you also have poor relationships and boundaries and chronic stress. The mitochondria does not like chronic stress. They are environmental sensors, so they are feeling everything. So when you're stressed out, they're stressed out, and they don't perform as well. In fact, stress reduces mitochondrial function by 15 to 20% as well. And then poor relationships, of course, poor boundaries. If you're going to have toxic relationships, you're going to have these negative emotions, these negative feelings, no boundaries. All of this is going to disrupt the mitochondrial function as well. So I hope this was helpful. That was a lot. Everything I teach really here on this page, this YouTube channel, Bright Light Wellness, my podcast, The Quantum Health Connection, my Instagram, will teach you all of these things on how to support your mitochondria health. Okay, so take a look. I have a TikTok account. I am so invested in getting this message out to the world that I share it on every platform I can, really, honestly. Because all of these things that I've just taught you, between the do's and the don'ts, have greatly influenced my health. I mean, I was in a very debilitated chronic disease state of chronic insomnia, chronic pain, chronic suicidal depression. And now I'm this thriving, happy human being, this is what everybody deserves, though. That's what every single person on this planet deserves. And my mission is to teach it. Okay. So if you need help, I have room for 2 one-to-one coaching clients. I don't take a lot because it's a 12-week intensive with 1-hour sessions every week, and I don't like to burn myself out. It's because I have boundaries and I take care of myself. I have personalized healthcare plans as well, which is not coaching, but I will write you a plan based on what you're experiencing and teach you everything you need to know to help improve your health. You get a video recording of me explaining the plan, and you get 2 plans, a summer and a winter plan, and you have opportunities to ask me questions through one follow-up. I have my courses and webinars, where they're really webinars. They are like liquid gold. Honestly, my Thrive in Winter webinar is a great one. For this current season, like right now, we still have 3 months of winter. Grab that so you know how to use winter as a healing time. My blue blocking glasses guide and webinar is great as well. That you can teach you how to block blue light. It's $12. Grab it, right? I have my Get Your Light Right ebook and webinar. You can check that out. That is honestly amazing. Again, teaches you how to mitigate artificial light and indoor living, but it also supports how to use sunlight as a healing modality and how to not be fearful of sunlight. My Ancestrally and Seasonally Nourished webinar recipe ebook teaches you how to implement that local ancestral seasonal diet, meal timing, how to eat, when to eat, why to eat, how to shift with the seasons, how to eat with the different seasons. I'm so proud of the offerings that I have. And I'm just so thankful those of you who are willing and ready to receive those things, but they are really, really supportive to health and healing. So anyway, I have shared so much. I'm going to jump off. I hope this was helpful. If you're ready to work with me, I can support the health of your mitochondria, which supports your health. And I'm here for you. Of course, homeopathy as well. I forgot to mention that. I am taking new homeopathy clients. I don't usually close that out. At least yet. So anyway, have an incredible day, and I will chat with you on the next video. Follow, please like the video, follow the video, just help me grow. And also, like, if you have questions below, let me know. If you have a comment below, please, I welcome it. And you can reach me at my website, brightlightwellnesscoach.com, or you can send me a question through my email, contact@brightlightwellnesscoach.com. Have an incredible day, and I will talk to you on the next video.